Hi, Michael here with you for Indians recaps as well as the upcoming schedule thanks to the MLB At Bat app. Tuesday, Francisco Lindor and Jason Kipnis provided hits for the Indians. Jose Ramirez, Jake Bauers, and Mike Freeman reached base on balls, but there were no runs registered for the home team as the Chicago White Sox handed them their third consecutive defeat, 2-0. Jeffrey Rodriguez held his own, lasting 6 innings. He struck out 6 batters but gave up 7 hits to go to 0-2. Lucas Giolito went to 3-1 for Chicago. He got 8 strikeouts and conceded just 3 hits in 7+ innings. Alex Colome earned his 7th save. As for the scoring summary, Yoan Moncada had an RBI single to left in the 3rd. The other run happened in the 6th. It was driven in by James McCann, who had 2 hits in the game. Wednesday ended up being a more pleasant experience. Cleveland got hits in the first 3 innings but did not score. They did fall behind on the 9th home run of the season by Jose Abreu in the top of the 3rd. Leonys Martin grounded into a fielder's choice at second base, but Carlos Santana came home from third to tie the game. After Kevin Plawecki was hit by a pitch to load the bases, Tyler Naquin took advantage of the situation. His single to left field plated 2 runs and Cleveland scored 3 in the bottom of the 4th. Pitcher Shane Bieber made it to the 7th inning but could not hold the lead. Charlie Tilson and Tim Anderson each got hits to start the frame. Both eventually got into scoring position. Ryan Cordell's single to center made it a brand new game. In the home half of the 9th inning, Lindor reached base with 1 out, then swiped second with 2 down after Kelvin Herrera came in from the bullpen. Jose Ramirez took him deep to right center field to give the Indians a walk-off win by the final score of 5-3. The win went to Brad Hand, now 2-1. Chicago starter Ronaldo Lopez went 6 innings but did not factor into the final decision. Though Herrera threw the pitch, which ended the game, Jace Fry was responsible for Lindor's single in the 9th. Fry went to 1-1. Thursday, the Indians got another win to earn a split of the 4-game set against their AL Central rivals. Cleveland went ahead in the 2nd inning as Jordan Luplow went to left center field off of Manny Banuelos. His first home run of the year made it 1-0. Jake Bauers and Roberto Perez walked, then Banuelos threw a wild pitch. Bauers came in from second to score. Luplow added another solo home run in the 5th. After Carlos Gonzalez and Bauer each got hits, Perez got an RBI single to make it 4 runs to the good for the home team. After Banuelos was pulled for Josh Osik, Naquin struck out. Lindor with 2 down got his first double, and Cleveland had a 5-0 lead. The game was shortened as only 5 innings were played. There was an hour and 45 minutes of action, but after more than 2.5 hours, the game was called. Friday, the Indians were on the West Coast to play the Oakland Athletics. Pitcher Cody Anderson made an unforced error as his wild pitch enabled Marcus Semien to score from third in the bottom of the 1st. The visitors bounced back the next inning. Gonzalez and Bauers had back-to-back doubles to get them back even. Naquin's hit put runners on the corners. Kevin Plawecki grounded into a double play, but Bauers made the score 2-1. In the home half of the frame, the A's used a 2-out rally. Robbie Grossman got into scoring position with his drive to center. Josh Fagley rewarded him with a single to the right side, and the game was tied at 2. The game stayed that way until the bottom of the 6th as Ramon Laureano hit his 4th home run of 2019 against Neil Ramirez. Cleveland got back on level terms in the 7th. Plawecki led it off with a double, then reached third when Martin laid down a bunt. Lindor flew out, but the catcher raced home to tie the game at 3. Kipnis and Ramirez got aboard, but Carlos Santana flew out to end the rally. The bats were silent after that. The game went into the bottom of the 12th, and the first batter that Brad Hand saw was Matt Chapman, and the latter ended it by hitting the ball out of the park to left field. Joakim Soria earned his first win after coming on in the 11th. The Indians used 8 pitchers, and the loss by Hand evened his record to 2-2. Saturday ended up being another close game decided on Oakland's final at-bat. Chapman ended the scoring in the previous game. He started it with his RBI single to score Marcus Semien in the 1st. Martin picked up home run number 6 in the top of the 5th. The A's reclaimed the lead in the same inning as Nick Hundley tripled to left field, then scored at the end of the sequence because of a Bauers error. So it was 2-1 at that point in favor of Oakland. Jordan Luplow led off the ninth with a single, then reached second on a sacrifice bunt by Mike Freeman. Carlos Gonzalez struck out, leaving the game in the hands of Martin, who picked up another hit to tie the game. Lindor's hit put 2 runners on. Francisco would later get his third stolen base to make it second and third with 2 away, but Kipnis struck out to end Cleveland's threat to take the lead. It proved costly as A.J. Cole walked Matt Olson to start the bottom of the ninth. Kendrys Morales singled, putting Olson 180 feet away from winning the game. Stephen Piscotty moved him closer with a bunt to put both runners in scoring position. Laureano recorded a game-winning hit to the first base side, and Olson touched home plate to end the game, 3-2. Blake Treinen got the win despite blowing the save. He is 2-2. Trevor Bauer had 10 punch-outs in 7 innings, but it went for naught. Cole dropped to 0-1. The Indians hope to avoid being swept in the Bay Area Sunday. Lindor and Freeman were able to get on. With 1 out, Santana got the Tribe on the board on a double. Gonzalez was able to draw a walk to load the bases, and Luplow drove the ball deep enough to get Freeman in, and it was 2-0 before Jeffrey Rodriguez got his turn to step on the mound. He threw zeros in the first 2 innings, but got in trouble by losing Laureano to start the third. After Fagley and Simeon were retired, the center fielder was at second when Profar got him home on his base hit to get Oakland's first run. Stephen Piscotty was the next batter, and his single tied the game at 2. With Daniel Mengden pitching in the top of the 6th and 1 out, Gonzalez and Luplow reached, eventually forcing Ryan Buchter out of the bullpen. Bowers lined out, but then Perez launched his 4th home run to give Cleveland a 3-run lead. The Indians gave 1 back to Olson, but thankfully for the visiting team, no one was on base. The Athletics got a base runner that inning and in the 8th inning, but Jeffrey Rodriguez and Nick Whitgren were able to wiggle out of those respective situations and got the final 3 outs in order to secure another save. Rodriguez picked up win number 1 after a 6-inning outing. Mengden was responsible for the 2 runners before being relieved prior to the home run, so he got the loss. The Indians came away with a 5-3 victory. Cleveland had a long flight to Chicago to get ready for Monday's game against the White Sox. Lindor and Abreu canceled each other out with home runs in the first inning. Wellington Castillo put Chicago in front in the second. Cleveland scratched out a run half an inning later as Francisco's flyout was far enough to get Martin to the dish, and the game was even. Yoan Moncada untied it with the first of 2 home runs off of Bieber. They came in the 3rd and 6th innings. Yolmer Sanchez provided some insurance in the 7th on a double to score Castillo. Lindor was on base in the 6th and 8th innings, but Cleveland was held to a grand total of 2 hits in a 5-2 defeat. Shane Bieber allowed 7 hits and is now back to .500. Ronaldo Lopez pitched into the 8th inning with a very good showing. Alex Colome became the owner of 8 saves. After this afternoon's game, which is going on right now as I record this, Cleveland will fly back home and start a 4-game series against the Baltimore Orioles on Thursday at 10 after 6 Eastern Time. Trevor Bauer is scheduled to be on the mound. Friday, Jeffrey Rodriguez gets the ball just after 7 o'clock. Shane Bieber pitches on late Saturday afternoon, and Sunday's fixture is just after 1 o'clock local time. Monday will mark the start of 3 games against the Oakland A's. The initial contest commences 10 minutes after 6. The Indians will not be back on the road until Memorial Day, so 21-19 Cleveland has a chance to build some momentum. In the division, Minnesota's lead on Cleveland is 4 games. The Indians are 2 games up on Chicago and 2.5 above Detroit, and Kansas City is 11.5 games behind the Twins following Monday's games. I saw the multiple reports, including the Cavaliers' Twitter account, that former Michigan men's basketball head coach John Beilein landed the job in Cleveland. He was very successful at the collegiate level, but it sounds like this will be a challenge since he is new to the NBA. Chances are he will get to coach a great player starting this fall. The draft lottery is tonight prior to the start of Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, and the Cavaliers will learn when they will be scheduled to make a pick in more than a month from now. Please check out the Facebook group North Texas Browns Backers page and hit the like button for the latest updates there. The text of this blog is available at http://www www.mjb, as in boy, OLESTA 2, the number 2, blog.wordpress.com. So http://www.mjbalesta2blog.wordpress.com. I'm on Twitter at mjbalesta2, on Facebook at Michael Balesta, and on Instagram at mjbalesta2. Archive videos on YouTube can be found by searching Michael Balesta Roman numeral 2. If you could, I would love your feedback on the comments section, and if you like what you see, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you so much. May you have a great and blessed day, and thank you for watching.